You guys, I just pooped. I pooped myself. Today I woke up having lost 250 pounds off of my body. Yet just yesterday, people were calling me fat and sick. The joke's on you.
Let's not kid ourselves. You definitely was fat and you definitely was unhealthy. We're gonna go over Nikocado Avocado. He's that weird guy online that was doing all those mukbangs, which I think are disgusting. But when he first started doing these mukbangs, he was pretty skinny, but over the years of eating so much ridiculous foods, he basically started gaining weight. And apparently in secret for the last 2 years, he's lost the weight. So this is him now. So as you can see before, he got to a ridiculous, super huge body weight. And he basically came out with a video speaking about how he was 2 steps ahead of everybody.
I am always 2 steps ahead. This has been the greatest social experiment for my entire life.
I have no idea why he's talking like he's some sort of anime / Marvel villain. I don't know, but we're going to skip through these videos because he has made 2 of them. Because this video is 25 minutes long. We're not going to watch all of that. And then he's also got on his second channel, that one's 20 minutes.
So I am the villain. Today I woke up having lost 250 pounds off of my body. Yet just yesterday, people were calling me fat and sick.
The fact that he's managed to somewhat turn the car around and lose the weight is great. Like, salutes to him. 250 pounds is not easy. But let's not kid ourselves. You definitely was fat and you definitely did look sick and you definitely was unhealthy and probably potentially still are. Like, it'd be different if he didn't eat all the food and all of that was all CGI. Then you can say this was a big social experiment because I never endangered my health. But if you spend multiple years overweight, doing the damage to his body that he did, and then you lose the weight, I don't feel like this is a bragging moment. Like, you still did that.
You are the ants.
He's talking like, say he won something. Other than money, because don't get me wrong, bro's made himself a millionaire probably multiple times over, but honestly, I don't think it's worth it to jeopardize your health, because even though he's lost the weight, I'm gonna fair to bet that a lot of the damage he's done to his body is still probably somewhat there lingering. Just because you lost the weight don't mean that you're automatically healthy off the rip. He spent like 6 or 7 years being stupidly overweight and eating like an absolute asshole. You haven't won anything at all. Like, you can see in some of the comments here, one says, he said in an interview that once he got a certain age, he was going to lose all the weight and it would be over. What a legend. Respect. Respect. How is this respectable? Like, this is like saying someone was addicted to crack for 7 years and this was their plan. They wanted to get addicted to it, build a whole following being addicted to this drug, and then finally getting sober. I don't think anyone would be looking at the crackhead like, oh my god, you made it. You played 4D chess, you tricked us all, you've won. The only aspect I will say that was quite clever was him losing the weight in secret for 2 years. Hopefully he's documented it, because that would be so good. Because if he's actually got that content and vlogged it and then he can just release that now for the next, I don't know, months, that would be dope, because that will motivate others. It's a very good thing to promote online rather than what he normally does, which is him stuffing his face. But as I was saying, the only mastermind bit is the fact that he managed to film all these content to the point that he could drip feed it for 2 years. That's insane. Like, he must have speed ran eating all those foods like almost multiple times a day. You know what I mean? But that's the only clever bit, the fact that he moved in silence and actually managed to lose the weight. But getting to that point in the first place is still terrible.
People are the most messed up creatures on the entire planet. And yet I've still managed to stay 2 steps ahead of everyone. The joke's on you.
2 steps ahead of who? You are the one that damaged your body. Everybody who was watching and critiqued him were perfectly fine. If anything, the people that managed to critique him and probably blew up their channels and got mad views because of him, I'm pretty sure they're actively happy.
What we did yesterday, which was whack me noodles. But we're gonna do it again for a second time. These are my favorite.
So you're telling me after losing all that weight, he's still gonna go back to the same mukbang content? Even though he's lost the weight now, if you go back to that sort of schedule and eating that sort of way, there ain't enough workouts on the planet that's gonna help him keep that weight off.
Spicy pepper is really good for their immune systems. The vet and people, they always recommend to give.
I am in shock and not in shock simply because I never underestimate content creators, social media people, even though technically that's what I do too. people that are on a bigger scale like him, I never underestimate the craziness that they will do. Like, this video came out yesterday and it's got 25 million views. And it's probably because people are also probably sharing it going, oh my God, this idiot's lost all this weight and he's gone back to do mukbangs. I'm pretty sure that he will probably stick with doing mukbangs because that's his bread and butter. His content is about that. I do believe if he has the footage backed up of all the weight, this would motivate a lot of big obese people to be like, damn, if this bro can do it, anybody can.
We are having spicy cheesy noodles.
I can't believe he's eating that size food again.
I'm gonna have some with you. If I can get it.
But in regards to Nikocado Avocado himself, that name is something you can't say multiple times. But in regards to him himself, he's not really talking about anything of substance. He hasn't really dived into what he done or how he did it. Like, was it Ozempic? Did he just do that to like cut down his appetite to get in a calorie deficit that way? Was it weight loss surgery? Was it a combination of different things? Or did he just go to the gym? He doesn't look like he's put on any muscle, so I don't feel like he's done like weight training heavily, if at all. I feel like if he did go to the gym, it's probably cardio based because he doesn't look like someone that's like, man, if it's been 2 years, you would see like more, you know, definition. I'm not saying he should look massive, but you'd expect to see like, you know, some sort of musculature on his body, which you don't really see. So I'm gonna assume that it's mainly, if he has gone gym at all, cardio based. But it'd be interesting to know where hopefully he goes in more depth and breaks down as to what he actually did.
Oh, wow. I just ate a lot of cheese, a lot of butter. I said I would finish and I did. And honestly, I need to keep this appetite nice and ramped up. So I don't mind it at all.
So that was him more or less saying that he needs to keep his appetite to that level because he does plan to keep eating like this, which is, I'm gonna say it's a shame because, well, it all depends on the food. Because if you do this once a week, even though I still don't recommend it, you know what I mean, once a week, maybe even twice, maybe you can try and do a lot of exercising and be in a calorie deficit for the rest of the week to try and like minimize the damage. I don't think it's still the best, but you can do it that way. If he's gonna be pumping these videos like pretty frequently, I just don't see how he's gonna be able to keep it under control, unless also this footage now isn't fresh, like it's not from like this week. If he's been slim for about maybe a month or two already, and then he's got content that he's done over the course of that whole period and he's just putting them out now, because you can't put it past him because he's done it once already. Maybe that's the case. But the one thing would have been great if he actually spoke about was how he lost the weight. Has he got excess skin? Because you don't see it on his face, but when you lose this much weight, even if you do it gradually over the course of 2 years, 250 pounds is a lot. But I have a feeling he's probably going to leave it and not talk about it simply because it creates more speculation. He realistically wants people to wonder, wants people to talk about it. If he does go over it, I'm pretty sure it'll be like months from now when people aren't as hyped about the weight loss, and then he'll just reinvigorate by then showing or talking about what he did. But as a whole, I think he's going to try and do this mastermind thing where he's kind of showing you this big reveal and then he's just not going to. But as I said earlier in the video, this dude does try to make himself the butt of whatever. Like, he does all this and he'll cry, and a lot of it is stage acting. But the problem is that the weight gain that he did wasn't acting. That's real weight on his bones, real weight around his organs, because he carries it a lot here. Like, it's not like he's just got fat legs and fat arms. His midsection is just crazy filled with fat, and he often does flop out his belly, so you kind of see it. But as I said at the beginning of the video, the real question is, what do you think about this? Do you feel like he really was like a super mastermind and this whole thing deserves like massive respect and salute? Or do you think he's just damaged himself for money? Which is where I lean with. I think this was all because he wants to be as profitable as possible, which is kind of crazy because I'm almost certain that dude has got multiple millions in his account. As if we just go on Social Blade and just look at his main YouTube account, just the main one, forget the Patreon, forget his second channel, I'm pretty sure he probably makes mad money per month. So on his Social Blade, you can see that he's making up to potentially around 9 grand per month of this one channel alone, and that's not including all the like extra paid subscription stuff he has along the way. But in all, let me know your thoughts down below, and if you want to see more videos from me, be sure to check out these videos right here.